Hey, this is your girl, Surrealise.
And this is Dedrick, a.k.a. Jack Napier.
And this is Bitch Let's Talk. So for Pop Tart World, I'm super excited. I know Dedrick probably, I don't know how you would feel about this, but the CIAA Board of Directors announced that the Popular Division 2 tournament will be moving to Baltimore 2021.
That's gonna be lit.
I just need the mayor to fix these potholes the fuck up before we have guests coming over.
You feel me? And them niggas now sound like they ride big. They like, oh no, nigga, I can't drive my shit up there.
By the time they drive here, they might not have no tires by the time they get back, or they have to get new tires. So, Miss Pugh, please get these streets together before we have company coming over. And actually, Bowie State University will be hosting the tournament as well. So I'm super excited. They are expecting $50 million revenue for this new transition. They actually outbidded a couple of people, I think Virginia and someone else, but it normally is held in North Carolina, which has been happening since 2005. So to break that cycle is super fucking dope.
Yeah, that's crazy they beat them out for that, because that's been down there for years.
Yeah, like it's
I've never known it to be anywhere else.
Exactly.
I'm in my 30s. I've never known it to be anywhere else.
But the thing about it, some people are actually like upset that it's actually coming here, and there's people who actually are from Baltimore.
You mean the whites?
I don't know if it's the whites. I just think it's just regular Baltimoreans in general.
Get a big cup of white tears.
What?
And just sip on the side of the
But
court.
what if it's not the white people? What if it's
It's got to be the whites.
I don't think so. I literally saw people on Facebook who are people of color saying that they shouldn't do it. Maybe because their homicide rate is too high. But like,
niggas die every day, B.
That is very true. But not in Charlotte, North Carolina. That's why it's been there since 2000. I don't think they got our type of rates.
Oh no, they ain't got our rates.
We're like top 5. Yeah, no, that's not. Right. That's not gonna happen.
Touché.
Yeah, so I'm super excited. Hopefully these streets will come together and some more property development will definitely take place. So I'm hoping that the mayor will.
Gentrification, young lady.
Is it gentrification?
You want gentrification?
I don't want gentrification, but I do definitely want these houses to become better and just the neighborhoods to be better, because you don't have all these tourists walking around trying to see the city, and you don't. Exactly, you don't want to see like the Hurricane Katrina looking houses when they come by.
Touche, pussycat.
Yeah, so I'm definitely here for it, but I definitely hope we make some improvements prior to it actually happening. So we have a couple of years to get our shit together.
True.
Yeah. So the infamous Kim Kardashian is now being called the Princess Reform person since Centoya Brown has gotten clemency. She's supposed to be getting released this year in August, which is awesome. But she also helped Alice Marie Johnson and Matthew Charles become free, because she had that little meeting with Donald Trump. And so people in prison have been sending her letters like crazy, almost like 1,000 a day, to see if they can get off.
Yeah, you gotta send a celebrity to talk to a celebrity, fuck.
Kim Kardashian though, I don't know about prison reform princess.
Yeah, but they on the same level to me. I mean, Trump and Kim, same shit to me, same bullshit.
I mean that's true. I mean, I'm glad that she's finally doing something good outside of just being naked and showing her pussy to the world. So I mean, I'm proud of her.
I mean,
I'm just.
That's how you feel.
That's exactly how I feel.
I'm not mad at you.
The Kardashians is abomination to society, but I'm glad that she's doing something extremely positive. So shout out to her.
Don't hate on the positivity.
I'm not hating on the positivity. I just don't like the person who's bringing out this positivity. But, it took her like 40 years to get to this point.
You know, but if she getting it done, fuck it, let her rock. I'm gonna let her rock on this one. I usually hate the Kardashians too, but I'm gonna let her rock. I'm not gonna give her no slander for this.
Yeah, I'm not. There's no slander on my part. So I'm actually very proud of her. So kudos to Kim Kardashian. So I know this has been like the topic for the last week and a half. So the Surviving R. Kelly docuseries. Lord, and more Lord. So actually Lifetime actually had some historical numbers because of this docuseries. So they drew 1.2 million among adults between 25 and 54. And then they have 1.1 million adults between 18 and 49. And most of them were women, of course. And this is like the largest, I think, original series for them. Like out of all the other bullshit docuseries that they have produced, because normally they're trash. This is actually the highest. Yeah, they said that this is the chick Dream. She really did a job on this. But the only thing I don't like about it is this motherfucker's streaming went up 20%. But I don't know if people are actually listening for enjoyment. I think people
matter.
are listening for research.
It's still revenue. It's still revenue for him. That's why I'm like, man, fucking cut all his money off.
True.
Fuck this nasty bastard.
So do you think that you can't separate the music from the monster?
Not this one, no. Because all of his content was based on all the horrible facts, stuff that he did.
That's
all
very
that
true.
all the content came from this shit that he was doing. That's why I can't separate this at all. So it's like, yo, it seems like you're ready. Yeah, buddy. No, doesn't sound the same no more. All your shit was wild crazy.
It was.
And we thought you were singing to adults the whole time. It's minors, and it's like, but like we said, it's been too long. People been giving this motherfucker a pass anyway. The video been out for fucking years, 20 years.
Damn, it's been that long.
It's been 20 fucking years.
I was only gonna say 10.
And people still been working with this motherfucker, still getting shit from him, and still fucking with him, still going to all that shit. Yeah. Oh man, fuck that. Why'd y'all need this docuseries shit to realize this motherfucker is a monster? You been knew.
Well, I think people in the industry knew. I don't think the public really knew.
The tape came out 20 years ago.
20 years.
But I understand that. But I just, before the actual tape, Aaliyah was literally the public wake-up call, and literally nobody did a motherfucking
He falsified a fucking marriage certificate, told me he was married to a 15-year-old. This nigga been nasty.
Yeah.
And we all knew it. So I was at one point, I ain't gonna lie, I was trying to separate the music from the person, and I was like, man, shit. Now? Nah, fam.
I do understand.
One of the first musicians I've seen go in on him was Vince Staples. He was getting interviewed, and he just cut the whole interview in half. He was like, I don't know what we're talking about, but R. Kelly should be behind bars. And the person interviewing him was like, you can't be talking about this. And he was like, no, we're going to talk about this. It's hilarious. You should look it up. He went hard as shit.
Yeah.
He went hard as shit. And
he should have been locked up.
Yeah, absolutely.
He should have been locked up. He blamed his brother for some bullshit that he did, knowing damn well it wasn't him.
Yeah.
I'm like, all y'all been fucked up.
I think all parties involved, even in the docuseries,
the whole crew,
everybody should be locked. Your whole fucking circle
is, and like, you can't tell me y'all was bringing all these chicks in here, these young girls, and not participating.
Yeah, and like the one producer, because I haven't watched all the series, but the one guy is like, yeah, I kind of heard that he was going to high schools and picking up girls.
I ain't watched it at all.
I actually saw the studio with beds in it, and I'm like, how do you not approach this person? How do you casually turn a blind eye and be like very passive aggressive?
How you not beat him the fuck up? Like, what are you doing?
I don't know.
I'm like, yo,
How much power Kelly got when you see all the people
the main issue that I really have is that the Hotep people are making this like, oh, we're crucifying our black legends and all this other stuff. And my thing is, I'm not saying that white people who've done these things should not be prosecuted. However, when you make this a race issue, you deflect from all the victims that have been sexualized and abused from this person. So regardless if he's black, Chinese, white, a fucking blue alien, I don't fucking care. But the fact that you kind of just completely deflect from that and just make this like, oh, everybody's just mad because he's a Negro. No, he's a fucking predator. And regardless of what his race is, take him the fuck down. But don't say we're taking away from him because of his race. Fuck that. The fact that all of these women have came out, spoken their truth, and if you don't even believe that, you have two public incidents. You have Aaliyah and you have the motherfucking sex tape. So even if you don't believe none of these females, you have two public records.
You gonna believe me or your lying eyes? What? Nigga, you know I can see you
in real life.
Like we can
in real
see
fucking
you.
life.
But not only that, the other thing is a piggyback off of this shit is that everybody is up in arms about, but they not talking about. Y'all need to get out and check y'all states of age of consents and do something about that shit.
Yep.
Because Maryland at 16, and some states is even 14, data check that's 16 and you 25.
Yeah.
You giving motherfuckers free reign and you letting motherfuckers out, but you want to call them nasty. No, check the fucking laws and
exactly.
Make sure these shits ain't in the favor of the nasty niggas.
And just be aware, like, a lot of these young consenting ages that they have are for the rich pedophiles that
You
people
feel
don't know about. So understand that you need to know your laws, of course, but at the same time, just know that this is so much deeper than R. Kelly.
Yeah.
What was the guy? He was a childhood star, and he was talking about pedophilia maybe 3 years ago, and people looked at him like he was crazy. No, granted, he was on drugs, but he was sexually abused, and he was saying how the industry is just
one of the Corys. Was it Corey Feldman?
Yeah, thank you. Yes.
Yeah, one of the Corys.
And he was talking about how just the entertainment industry is just full of pedophilia,
Yeah.
and no one talks about it, and the media shut him down as like some crazy deranged person. And at the time, although he was on drugs, when he said that, he was actually clean. And so they try to like really fuck up his image and make him seem like he was just a drug addict.
They don't want to talk about that shit. They want to sweep that dirty part underneath the rug.
But you know what's really crazy?
And dirtier.
I just saw a fucking documentary on fucking YouTube about Dan Schneider, who is the producer to all of my favorite childhood shows, Amanda Bynes, All That, Kenan and Kel, the Drake and Josh show. And recently, last year, he just got fired from Nickelodeon for being a fucking pedophile. And this shit you didn't even hear about. I just so randomly was on YouTube looking at something else.
You got money to bury that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like people, I understand what people are saying, but it's like I said, it's so much deeper than R. Kelly. Because when I watched the documentary, I was like, what?
It's a community. It's a whole fucking
children being passed around like they cigarettes. Like it's ridiculous.
These motherfuckers really doing fly outs on little Asian boys. Like this shit is nuts.
Yeah, it's the whole thing, and it just makes me sad. So I'm glad the docuseries came out with R. Kelly, because I think there needs to be a conversation for all people who have been doing nasty ass shit, and they need to be held accountable for their actions. I don't care if it's you're black or white, boy, girl, male, female. I don't give a fuck what you are. You got to be held responsible for your actions, and it's absolutely disgusting. But actually, Lady Gaga says she's apologized to the public for working with R. Kelly. And the song, which I'm guilty of, it was really my shit. It was actually my alarm clock for like 2 years. She had a song with R. Kelly called Do What You Want With My Body.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, do what you want with my body. That was my shit. I'm not gonna lie.
That was her own fuck up to tell.
But she said
He had been peed. He had been peed. So you already knew he was peed. You know he was a pisser.
Yeah,
she knew he was a pisser. She knew he was a pisser.
She did. So she actually said when she made that song, she said that she was in a dark time in her life, and she was trying to figure out who she was as a woman, and that she actually pulled already the song from iTunes.
She don't need the money.
Lady Gaga, that sounds like some bullshit.
That's what I'm saying.
That sounds like some bullshit.
I don't know. I think some people maybe didn't know.
She knew he was a pisser.
That's how
damage
control.
Everybody knew. At that point, everybody knew he was a pisser.
Well, true. That is very true. But the one person I will respect is Nick Cannon for being honest and saying that I knew that this was a thing. I turned a blind eye, and moving forward, I'm going to protect my women. I'm going to stand up against this pedophilia and these sexual assaults and these issues. But because, you know, he worked with R. Kelly when he's a gigolo, whatever, I'm not a hoe. The one song that I actually liked of Nick Cannon. And so I commend him for being honest enough and saying, like, I was aware of some nasty shit, but I wasn't man enough to speak against it. But I'm done with it.
But he just did some sucker shit too, though.
With what? Dame Dash and...
Yeah, he with that whole Foxy Brown and Jay-Z shit. That was some sucker shit because Foxy Ben came out and said she was of age when her and Jay were even talking, and they never even did anything. So if the woman already said, like, no, I wasn't underage and we never did anything, why are you going to try to go to Dame and be like, yo, so how old was Foxy when she was fucking with Jay? That's some sucker shit.
Is it sucker shit, or was he inquiring?
No, that's sucker shit, because if she already spoke on this before it was even asked of,
yeah,
and you going back to his homeboy to be like, yo, what's up? Was that really? That's some sucker shit.
Aaliyah said the same thing. Aaliyah said she was of age, but then we found out she wasn't.
What we're talking about with R. Kelly?
Yeah.
Hell no, everybody knew how old Aaliyah was. They just kept looking past that shit. You know what I mean? They knew how old she was when that shit happened. You know what I'm saying? But the other shit, here's some other shit to fuck you up though. Did y'all know how old y'all think Lil' Kim was when that poster came out?
Damn.
Come on.
17?
Oh, yeah.
We don't even. Oh, I was a kid, so
She was 16 years old.
God damn.
I was a year off.
The
Wait.
hardcore. She was 16.
With the lollipop one? With her pussy out?
Yeah, the hardcore joint. Yeah.
Well, she look old.
Yeah, she was 16.
No way.
How many?
She was 16.
Yeah, she was 16.
Where her pussy? Where was her mother?
Getting that check.
Getting that
See,
money.
but see, stuff like that. I understand.
Yeah, fucked your whole childhood up, right?
I
But we was
understand
cool,
sexual abuse.
'cause we was 16. We was 16, so it was cool.
But we also didn't know that she was the child. We automatically
didn't know.
assumed that she was an adult. Like we didn't
Yeah,
know
but
that
see, that's
she
the whole-
was
that's the
super
whole
young
thing. Like,
with
a
her
lot of
pussy
the
lips out
fucking-
with a lollipop.
Like, okay, but not only that. Think about this. You want to think about fucking Belle Biv DeVoe. Backstage,
That girl is
underage,
poison.
adolescent. What? Wow. Yeah, those were the lyrics. Backstage, underage, adolescent. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they was fucking.
But it's
Yeah,
it's,
you
it's,
never listened to the words?
But
Yeah,
it's
you
been
niggas
a,
jamming, I
it's
listen to
been,
shit.
I mean, it's been a part of the
That's what I'm
culture
saying. It's been that
for
part
a
of the culture
while.
so long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to been, we should have been got a handle on this bullshit.
Yeah, I
We
just
should
think
have got a
I
handle on
think
this shit.
how the world is set up for sexual culture when it comes to women, things need to be changed, and I'm sad that it's taking this long to kind of get the wheels churning. But it's been a thing. I mean, Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the guys from the Beatles. Like, this has always been a thing. It's been in the lyrics. It's always been a part of the culture. Everyone did not give a flying fuck about it.
Yeah.
And now we're at a point where it's like, okay, everyone's super sensitive to everything. But
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad in a way, because now we can have these kind of conversations we should have had fucking 40 years ago, when people were talking about underage girls and having sex with them and, you know, putting roofies in their drinks and having a good time. And it's in the music. So, like, if you don't even believe me, you can just Google it. Like, if you look at the lyrics, it's like, oh, nigga, you nasty.
How many artists who did collabs with R. Kelly do you think are gonna pull their tracks? How many people are
Nobody.
gonna cut their
Jay-Z ain't
pockets?
pulling shit. Because Best of Both Worlds are my shit. I'm not even want to sit here and lie to you. But I can't listen to that anymore.
I can't listen to nothing.
I can't listen to it now, but I'm saying I don't think all the people, because they said in a Lifetime documentary that they approached several people that actually work with him and they all declined to comment, because they will put themselves out there, because it will be questionable, because it's like, you fucking knew. I have a friend, I'm not gonna name names, that seen a video of him, R. Kelly, in the studio with just buckets of urine with him. He feels comfortable with buckets of piss in order to sing his songs. This is literally on tape in the studio.
That's just nasty.
This nigga is nasty.
Like that's got to be a.
It's one thing to have a female in there pissing.
wretched
I can
smell.
understand. But the fact that you just have just buckets of urine, like it's like Febreze
Can't relate to
plug
that.
in, like I'm uncomfortable, dog.
I can't imagine that. Like, I know what it smell like after a night of drinking. You go to bitch. Like, Jesus, this shit is raw.
And you got the sound engineer.
Yeah, you
just,
got
like, doing
buckets
their
in this
best.
bitch. Like, I can't work in these conditions. No.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
And you can't read Kels. Fuck you.
He was getting help.
Eat a bag of baby dicks, Kels. And you can't read, nigga. Fuck
All right.
outta here.
Yeah, that's
Buckets.
definitely crazy.
Buckets of piss. I can't read animal rape.
Yeah, so many things.
You just killed all your talent, dude.
All of it.
Yeah, all of it. It's like all that hard work for nothing. Like, just based off your sexual deviance. Like, is it even fucking worth it at this point?
Fucking guy.
It's ridiculous.
This fucking guy.
But on to more positive news.
Something, please.
Yes, please. So for our Black Magic this week is actually going to be our youngest person for Black Magic is going to be Nicholas Buma. He actually has a book that will be added to the U.S. Library of Congress. He has a book called Kayla and Kyle, The Walking Dictionaries of Election Day. And this helps elementary school students build their vocabularies. So his mother actually had the idea. She created a story about Kayla. And so she actually asked him one day, was like, how would you feel about making a book about this? And he was like, I would love to, long as I can add a male figure. So that's when Kyle comes in. And so when they did their first tour at Barnes & Noble's in Atlanta, they actually sold the hell out. Like, everything was sold out in the first hour. And he's actually working on his second book, which is going to be called The Walking Dictionaries, which is scheduled to release in the summer, I believe. And so he wants to go to MIT to become a mechanical engineer. So shout out to Nicholas, who's only 7 years old.
That's
like,
amazing.
That is so dope.
That's dope.
Yeah, I'm super proud of him. So shout out to you and all your future endeavors. I can't wait to see what kind of man you're going to become. Because the fact that your book is already in the Congress, and he actually has a goal of actually having all of his books being taught in the school nationwide.
Oh, that's what's up.
So hopefully that happens. I'm pretty sure it will happen. It's already getting numbers and he's selling out already at a young age. So shout out to you, Nicholas. So for our panel discussion for this week, before we get started, I just want to introduce everyone in the room. Hey, Wallace.
How y'all doing?
And a very new guest, my big brother, Erick. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Yourself? How you doing today?
Yeah, quick synopsis on Erick. I've known him since I was in the 6th grade, so he's like real family. So for this panel discussion for this week, I wanted the perspectives of a blerd man. And if you don't know what a blerd is literally just means a black nerd.
It sounded wild crazy just now.
Blerd.
Did it?
Yeah, it did. It sounded real crazy.
So it's a difference between, I'm assuming, a nerd and a blerd.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so the actual Merriam-Webster's dictionary version is: a nerd is a person who is considered to be socially awkward, boring, unstylish, but also intelligent, a single-minded person, obsessed with non-social hobbies or pursuits.
Sounds like a nerd wrote
It's fucking dork.
Dweeb.
There we go.
So what is your guys' definition of a nerd?
I feel like the definition of a nerd has definitely changed over time. I think culture now is so much like nerds are embedded in it, so it's more of a norm. In my case, it's just, you grew up watching cartoons, anime, playing games, using computers, even listening to music. You can be a nerd.
Yeah.
The music that nobody else listens to.
That no one else.
Like the
Right.
conscious rap and, you know. Hey, I was like, I've been trying to put people on like Common and Sixth Sense. And
Exactly.
I ain't want to hear none of that, you know. That's about it. I mean,
It's like an outsider, I guess.
yeah.
I guess
some
my
way.
definition of a nerd would be pocket protectors and
Hold on, what's a pocket?
you know what I'm
Pocket protector.
saying? Spalding sneakers and
Okay.
you know what I'm saying, high water khakis, all that bullshit.
Yeah, like
Real socially awkward.
what be some
agree.
keywords like which obviously you got Dragon Ball Z,
Yep, I love that
you
shit.
got Super Smash Brothers, you
I
got
was just playing that. shit.
right. See,
I just fell in love with those things.
I think one cool
Behind.
thing about blerd culture is there's so many things about it that just connects us. Like off
Yeah.
the top, we can just name keywords and immediately know, yup, and you see it like I see.
So what's the difference between a geek and a nerd? Because I feel like when you say that word to people, like to nerds, they're so offended when you call them a geek. Like, oh, bitch,
That's
no,
like-
the fuck, I'm not.
That's like the lower level.
Yeah.
It's like the bottom tier.
Like, all right, come
What the
on.
fuck you call a geek, bitch? I said, motherfucking geek. because even before, like we was in high school, you hear somebody say you geeking, you know, like
Right.
like you a clown. That's what you.
Right.
What the fuck are you talking about, geek?
Geek has that phonetic power to it. Like,
Yeah.
somebody geek is like, oh, I gotta slap you for that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, what the fuck? You
Those are fighting words?
Yeah.
Geek out my face.
And I feel like nerds are like if you say nerd, I liken it to someone who's taking the time to really know everything about a certain subject.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I don't take my time. Yeah, I know all about this shit. I'm a nerd. I'll be that. That's cool. Don't call me a geek, though. I'll slap the shit out you.
It's very, so it is offensive. Okay. I duly noted. So when did you realize you were a nerd?
When I came into high school, I noticed that I was a nerd. Because a lot of things, like when I came in and they wasn't doing none of that stuff. Like I was, like you said, I was watching the Dragon Ball Z and I was playing all the games and stuff like that. Also, and I noticed that when I would invite friends and stuff, it was just boys. There ain't no girls come over there and play no games and all that other stuff. They do now, you know what I mean?
Right.
They, they like it now, but I mean, which I'm still a little offended about now. But,
What?
you know, cause like I've been trying to do that. I was
you
doing
ain't get
this
your
for
chance.
years.
Yeah.
I was doing this for
It's going to be
years.
the pioneer.
You know,
Yeah.
I was doing it for years.
Come through with
Now
that-
you want to jump on the song.
Come
you
through
know,
with that Halo too.
you know,
She like,
Right.
you know, I noticed that when I was in high school and stuff, I was very, which I am still now, socially awkward. I didn't found myself in it, like, you know, I mean, not saying I wasn't popular, because the same way I was still in the middle of everything.
Right.
Me personally, I was in the middle of everything. I wasn't there that hot. I was in there that hot, because when I got to school, I noticed I was hiding a lot. You know, it was a different image when I was in school. I would have these, you know, I was the cool guy. I was cool, and then when I got home, I was on my, you know, be on the games, not talking. I wasn't on the phone talking to girls and stuff like that. You know, I didn't.
You talked to me?
Yeah, I talked. That was my friends. I had girls that were friends. I didn't have girlfriends. I didn't, you know what I mean?
Right.
Distinct difference.
You know, I was friend zone back then. You know, I
ain't dropping no dick off.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that's when I really noticed that, you know, I might be a bit of a nerd. I didn't say that. I still get a little offended when, you know, when they call me a nerd now and stuff.
Seriously?
Yeah,
you haven't embraced it?
Yeah, I don't think I really have. Like, when you invite me, I'm like, what you wanted me on here for? I'm like, what you
why you need me for this?
But then we read it out and I'm like, damn, that is me. Like, you know,
yeah.
You know, so I think that's where it all started for me right there.
Oh shit. Okay. Me. I mean, I never really noticed it. I always just been me. Like, so I always laughed and joked with people, and I never was like unpopular in school. So I never had anybody say like, "What the fuck is that? What are you doing?" I'm like, I always just was just me.
Right.
If you either liked what I liked or you didn't. And then when it came to like friends coming over, playing a game, all that kind of stuff, all my friends, we came over the house and I pop the game in, or pop something in to watch. Everybody just sitting there watching, so I never thought it was like anything weird because everybody was already into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So like I never even realized or thought that I was a nerd. I was like, I like what I like. I mean, you don't like it, fight me. You know what I'm saying? But so I never had an issue like that being like awkward or anything like that. I always was out in the mixed, or I also use like laughter a lot of time as I guess my camouflage to try to make everybody laugh and get jokes and have fun.
Make people comfortable.
Yeah, so I was like, whatever I did is what I did.
Yeah.
And like even to this day, I still walk around with my Dragon Ball Z pens in my coat, and every time I go somewhere,
this nigga literally just came in here with Dragon Ball.
Niggas be like, yo,
this shit fire.
Yeah, and niggas like that jacket hot. I'm like, appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe motherfuckers you don't expect to be on, like, yo, that shit hot. Like, yeah, cool. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot more of us than it is of you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't know. I just been out in the plain sight.
And then it got really real when I have my comics and I read comics. Like, actually, I have about 7 in my bag. I was going to, distribute some. But,
I'll take those. I'll take those. I'll take one of those.
Comics would be to sleep.
It's amazing.
Oh, no.
It's very soothing.
That's what people, they fail to realize, like, with the mangas and stuff like that, it's the real deal.
Yeah, it's not for kids.
I can't get with the mangas. They put me straight to sleep. They're great though.
If you like reading, it's like, I think it's like it's the same way for people that watch YouTube to learn how to fix stuff. It's like you reading it on there and stuff. But you gotta, that's how most people are when they come to watching the movies, like the MCU universe. Mm-hmm. That shit ain't nothing. Like a lot. That's why I get mad, because when the movies come out, it's nothing like it is in the books, and that's how it is.
It's very frustrating. Yes.
With the anime, and that's how it is. Mm-hmm. I noticed it is. That's how it is with anime as well. And don't let it come out to a live, an actual live movie.
It's always
that's
trash,
very
bro.
Insulting.
It's
like I
so
tell my
trash.
son to this day, whatever you do, you are not allowed to watch Dragon Ball Evolution. Don't ever. I get salty.
But you know what?
Look,
I'm gonna tell you what it is though. I mean, the way I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
I had to just be happy that the stuff I grew up on and the stuff that I like is out there to be seen.
Yeah.
To other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just happy to see it.
Yeah.
So if they fuck it up a little bit, it's not exactly like the book, or it's not gonna be.
Yeah.
But just be happy they making this shit for us.
Right.
That is
you know what I'm
true.
saying? So like the Dragon Ball Evolution and shit, and the Dragon Ball Heroes, I will watch all that shit.
No, not the Evolution. Okay, this is a live action movie. We
Oh yeah, that movie was ass. That movie was super ass. It was super ass. It was
how was
super. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, you can't watch that. That was super ass. I realized you were talking about the movie. My bad. I'm bugging. That was super ass.
I don't think have I seen the movie?
Don't do it.
Who's the actor from Shameless?
Okay, thank you.
I don't even fucking know, dude.
The actor from Shameless that played as Goku on there.
Dude.
Actually, the Fiona, what's her name that was on Shameless? Both of them was on Dragon Ball Z.
I had to stricken that from my memory.
The older sister, she was Bulma.
It was horrible.
And her boyfriend on Shameless.
Yeah, Piccolo looking.
He was Goku. Y'all know what I'm talking.
Was this like a live action?
Yeah, it was a live
I've
action
never
joint.
seen
Yeah.
this.
I'm glad.
I'm so glad I
Don't
did. Thank
do
you,
it.
Jordan.
It was better concept part.
Yeah.
How they could have done Piccolo and all this
You
other- You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like, it can be done.
Yeah.
It can be.
Yeah,
It
now
can
they
be.
got the money in it. Yeah.
And I was so excited about it when I was young because I used
Me
to go
too.
to it was a store that was back in Orange Mills was a movie store. I think not Spencer. It was a movie store in there.
Suncoast Video.
Yeah, and I saw like it was
Suncoast Video.
it was one of those TV Todays, and they had it was made up, but it was like a roster of who can play as these characters and stuff. And they had Vin Diesel as Piccolo. I'm like, oh my god, this is amazing. You know what I mean? I thought about.
I don't even think that's a good idea. Just to hear that makes that just sound like
But back
trash.
then, yeah, you like.
Yeah, like anybody, but who the
Yeah, but you
fuck
think
is
back in the day,
that?
Vin Diesel was on the top of the world. He was running shit. He was running.
Yes.
I've never been a Vin Diesel fan, so I literally think that would have been sad.
He's a hater.
So, when did you realize you were a nerd?
Probably sometime between middle and high school. Like a mix of these two. Because on one hand, I was definitely, and Jordan could say, that have always been a unique, just me. Like, to the point where I just disconnect from people who look at me and don't get what I'm doing. But then also, yeah, when you get to high school, that outsider syndrome starts kicking in as you get into what you into, and everyone's into it, and you find yourself in with some circles, out with some other circles. Like you said, you go home and you reading the manga, you watching the anime, you watching Toonami. That was my shit.
That was the outbreak, right? That was groundbreaking.
You be up late like a motherfucker on Friday and Saturday night. I'm in here.
I watched every.
I'm still
show
watching
on
Cowboy Bebop and
Love it.
That's amazing.
Playing the games. I mean,
shed a tear.
I was social. I was low key social. Like if I was interested in something or someone, that was it was definitely going to happen. But as far as like being in the middle of the group, I was take it or leave it. And for better or worse, I feel like that's still the way things are. But something I've seen in nerds is you tend to end up with more opportunities just because you're so used to doing stuff on your own. If you have to get somewhere, you just get like a willpower. Not to knock anyone who's got a different style, but you just get like a drive where it's like I know I'm gonna be alright.
I agree with that.
You're not gonna top me.
I definitely agree with that. Those walks, those lonely walks.
Yeah.
To home.
A lot of solitary time. You know what I'm saying? You really become one with yourself.
Real one with yourself. Probably. So, did any of you get like teased or made fun of, like growing up, like bullied for being a nerd?
Oh yeah.
So, how did you deal with that?
I mean, if you can, you punch them back, and if it's too many of them, you just kind of you cry, you get over it. But that was it.
But was it because you were socially awkward that people made fun of you? Like, what was it that you think that people targeted you for?
So I think people who targeted me did it because I'm quiet, and when you're quiet, people take that as
you're a serial killer.
Well, I didn't say I had a trench coat. I didn't say I had a
All
trench
quiet people
coat.
are serial killers. I'm standing by that.
No, when you quiet, they take
Watch
it as,
Dexter.
They take it. That is a good show. Until the end. Don't watch the end of it, but the start's good.
Yeah, definitely.
When you're quiet, in my experience, people take it as like you don't want the smoke. You don't know how to handle yourself, and then they try you and they find out that's not true. Yeah. But
beat their ass one time, they get the message.
Like they don't take the silence for respect. Say, I can do something with this. So for me, like that was generally it. What I dealt with, but otherwise, it was just once you got to know me. Yeah, it was all good.
Yeah. So when did that take place? Like middle school or high school?
Mostly middle school and high school. Middle school, I went to St. Ignatius, and so you had kids from all over the city. What was trippy was actually was more comfortable than when went to high schools. At McDonough, because even when you get to McDonough, it's like my area coming up was like
McDonough is a PWI. It's a private institution.
Well,
it costs a lot of money.
Just
for people who don't know what McDonough is, because we have listeners all over the U.S. and
I came in on a scholarship, so even when I got there, it was still like a class issue, even among people of like my race, because the area I come from, I was used to one summer you see a nigga walking, the next you see a nigga wheeling. and that was like the norm.
Or dead.
Or you just don't see them.
Yeah.
And so like when I came in there, I had a hard time relating to most till I linked up, with the crew, and we was all chill. But yeah, like again, it's like people just try you until you step up for yourself and say something.
So you beat their ass.
Luckily, I didn't have that problem because, like I told you before, I was always this size. So it was, that was a plus for me. It was a plus for me. And I was just cool with everybody. But I guess when it was when I got to high school, it was a little bit difficult because me myself wanted to be in the crowd. I wasn't the nerd that was just like fuck everything or fuck that. I wanted to be in the crowd, and so it was harder for me. I mean, not harder for me, but I mean, it was a little difficult for me in those ways. It was hard when it's like, because like I said, I was doing two sides of it, and then it was hard because all I had at school, I had my friends at school. I didn't take none of my friends with me at home or nothing like that. I mean, one, because my mom, she was pretty hard on me. She always told me,
she's hard on everyone.
If they didn't invite you, then there's no need for you to be over there.
Right.
So I really didn't go low, hey, what's, y'all trying to come over, or can I come over, and none of that. It was none of that for me. I was waiting for them, like, you gonna pick me like I'm the best person on the, on the
volleyball
team. That's how it was for me. So, that's what it came down to me walking home by myself and just having. I had a lot of girls that were friends,
right?
At times like that, because I had a kind heart, and that's where, like I said, in high school, that's when the intimidation, because they see that I was, calm and stuff like that, and then they got a taste of that when when they came towards me and I would show them and stuff,
Yeah. So did you feel the need to live a double life? Like, what kind of told you to I have to live two different lives, essentially?
10th grade, ninth and 10th grade, and then after that, 9th and 10th grade. 9th grade, and then at the end of 9th grade, I moved out to California, and I was with my little brother, and he was a nerd way more than I was, and that's when he opened it up for me. When I came back to Milford, when I came back, that's when I was just like, oh, forget that, because he showed me, like, you ain't got to fuck with nobody, and he did that without telling me that.
Right.
He didn't have a care, he didn't, worry about what nobody said. That's how he carried his life. Still to this day,
Right.
Shout out to the little brother.
Yeah.
And stuff, but that's how it was for me.
Dave, what about you?
I never had to worry about that shit. I mean, I was always cool.
Mm-hmm.
No, just because I'm like, yo, I always carried like, yo, you don't like me, fight me. And I mean, so other than that, I just kept it. I kept it G. We laughed and joked. I had fun with everybody. I've always been this charismatic. It's not my fault. It's in my genes. But we always have fun. And like I said, if you didn't like me, fight me. And after we do that, okay, it's nothing else to talk about.
Did anyone ever challenge you though?
Yeah.
And
I beat their ass.
Oh, yeah, well, that's... that definitely puts a dimmer on things.
I lost one fight, and I had to fight that nigga 2 more times.
Two more?
Yeah, I fought that nigga 2 more times. I fought that nigga 2 more times. Like, yo, I'm not cool with this. I'm not cool with this out. I need a W out of this joint. I fought that nigga 2 more times. You know what I'm saying? He beat me the first time, beat me the second time, but I beat him the third time. Like, no, fuck that. We gonna keep fighting until this over with. Until I get my win.
That's how you know you young. You got young energy to keep fighting niggas all the time.
And me and that nigga is cool now. Me and that nigga is wild cool now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I mean, I never was really. I mean, when I was alone, I chose to be alone.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, you know what? I ain't really fucking with nobody today. You know what I'm saying? My best friend I've had since kindergarten.
Yeah. And
we went to middle school together and everything like that. So when I would dip off, I'm like, yo, I'll see y'all later. I would just be gone. You know what I'm saying? I would dip off for a while and holler at them when I get back. But I never really dealt with that part. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I always just like to laugh and joke and have fun. So I never really had no issues with it.
So that kind of helped you like blend with everyone else. Yeah, I get that. So as far as like growing up, who was a quote unquote blerd that kind of inspired you to be who you are today when you were younger? Did you have anybody? No representation?
No.
Like I just said, I had my little brother, and also my other I had 2 brothers, and they were the ones that helped me a lot, to help me, get out of my comfort zone, or not let's get into my comfort zone. That's why I had those two to support me in those ways.
But no famous people.
No
That's how it goes typically. We kind of through the bullshit, we kind of find each other.
So that's a part of the Blerd experience. It's like, and on top of being a nerd, spoiler alert, you're also black. And so that tents everything you try and do. And so it's like, even within a nerd culture, you're still, again, like an outsider.
Yeah.
Like a classic one is, so you have these conventions where, you know, nerds gather and talk about games, anime. Yeah, you dress up.
I had to go.
One of, like, in my opinion, like a rite of passage for a Blerd is when you go to a con and you realize, oh shit, there's no black characters in like almost anything.
And then so when they do, they look like
the closest black character.
Pickaninnies.
The green dudes, Piccolo.
Yeah. And so when you dress up, you normally, at least for games, you end up dressing as like a palette swap. It's like you don't. It's like you dress up as not when you press square on Ryu, but when you press like triangle and L1 at the same time, like some weird ass color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went seriously. Yeah, that's real
I
shit.
went to this one con. And one dude,
you're alternate.
I went to this one con, and there was this dude who did a really good Link from Zelda. But because he's black and he had dreads, people were like, "Oh, it just doesn't look right." And I was like, "The fuck you talking to? It looks better than the other motherfucker. Like this shit looks hard. Like his fabric and his sword." I was like, "What the fuck did you make?" But the first thing people say is like, "Oh, you're black, so this is not the actual character." And so the whole time it's like you're never quite in, which is why we always lose our shit when there's like a dope ass black character.
Yep.
And then you go to the con and everyone
like,
is that motherfucker.
You like, God damn it,
it's played out, right?
I think that's half of the Naruto fans was. The ones that are black, they appreciate the show so much because.
Okay, can we say Naruto?
Naruto, okay, all right.
Thank you.
Sorry. Naruto, you know
stresses me out. You Americans stress me the fuck out. Let me tell you, public service announcement: Naruto is some American ghetto shit. Please say Naruto on the behalf of everyone. Thank you, sincerely, management.
MGMT.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, when it comes to Naruto.
Yeah, they gave us a whole village.
Yes.
Yeah, they gave a whole village. And they bad as shit.
Yep.
Yo,
bad as shit.
They really are.
We fuck with lightning. So, you know, you know, he got the Black Panther, the lion. You know,
but you know what's crazy?
Amazing.
When you look at all kinds of shit, I mean, whenever there's a black character always one of the toughest motherfuckers.
Always.
No matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what.
It could be a cooking show or some shit.
I'm like, he got it popping. Oh, here we go. I don't know, but he black. That shit sound good over there. I'm going over there.
Exactly.
My thing is, I feel like being a part of this culture, it wasn't until I started dating Jordan until I really started understanding anime and stuff like that. Because to be completely honest, I was the bully to people like you. I used to make fun of you guys.
Get the wedgies out.
And I'm still not a bully. I don't think so.
Empty your pockets.
I mean, not that type of bully. Not
I'm like what? I got jokes too, baby. We can do this if we want to.
It wasn't necessarily like I point at you and I like put your lunch food on your head type of thing, but it was definitely like
that's a weird bullying tactic, but okay.
No, but you never seen that. This is probably at white schools.
Oh, you talking?
Yeah, when they just dumped the whole tray on your head, like
shit.
fuck you, Billy.
Billy, you was sucking. You let that shit go down, shorty. You ain't a nerd. You a conversation.
White school bullies versus black school bullies. That's a whole
that shit don't fly. Billy, you got one time to do that shit to me, shorty.
But I do notice. I went to Otakon for the very first time, and to be completely honest, I've never seen something so positive, so peaceful, and people of all ages. Like you can see a 2-year-old, and you can see like an 80-year-old.
Everybody's family.
And everybody is family. Everyone is united. There's no fighting. There's no beefing. Yeah. You take these dope ass group photos because of how you're dressed or whatever, and it's just crazy because I feel guilty because all these years I made fun of y'all.
You've been a hater.
Yeah, that's really crazy because I noticed that when you go, you post out, I'm like, what she learn about anime? Like, what the fuck this nigga come from?
It's also Jordan. I've only been an anime watcher for the last 5 years, so I'm new to all this shit. But when dealing with the culture, I haven't really experienced that until you go to like cons and stuff like that. But dealing with the hardship, because I know guys who used to like trade Pokemon cards, who played Yu-Gi-Oh, and we used to laugh and make fun of these guys. Like some of them do stink. Like I don't know if they just play games all day and they don't wash.
Like
you're way too dedicated.
Like, whoa, my brother. Let me holler right quick, real quick.
I love my Yu-Gi-Oh players, but I need you to wash like daily, my nigga. Like
Wash
that
your
is
ass.
not healthy.
Just run through that shower.
You can still be yourself and still be clean.
Do
Like,
whatever you want, but
that
yeah.
is- but even like the people, I call them the swish pants. They're like the parachute pants that have like the chain from Hot Topic
Oh, I remember
with the
them.
eyeliner and all that other stuff.
The goth kids.
Yeah, but they also used to be like nerds. Like they used to love anime and all that other stuff. And I used to
There's something
hate
for everything.
them. I used to hate them. I thought they were all serial killers. I thought they were all children of Marilyn Manson. I thought they all took their rib cages out. I had a whole thing. But now that I'm submerged in the culture, it's different. Like when I watch Naruto,
Your mind
it
is
is the most beautiful fucking writing I have ever experienced in my
Appreciate you,
entire life. I've never seen such dope writing in my life. Attack on Titan is my number one show than Naruto. But it's weird to have these conversations with people of all races. It's almost like anime is the music for television. Because no
That's a
matter
catalyst.
what race you are, I've talked to people who are straight off the plane of Japan, and the only thing we have in common is anime.
Yeah.
And that is our common ground.
Yeah.
So it's like a whole different culture for you guys, and I can appreciate the positivity and the creativity. But I feel bad. I'm sorry to all the people that I've bullied.
No, I ain't gonna lie.
different.
It's great. It's great to walk in the mall or somewhere. And like I said, I usually got Dragon Ball Z pens on something
Yeah.
I'm wearing, on a jacket I'm wearing, and mothers were like, "Yo, fuck them pens, son."
Props.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it'd be people
Yeah.
that you don't even expect to say nothing to you about. They look at me like, they look at me. I got phone posits on, hoodie.
Still a nigga.
Yeah, I mean, like, but then you see the pens, like, oh,
You're different.
pens. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I
I'm
get
into
that
shit.
with my DC Lantern shirts,
Right.
Because I have one green shirt, but otherwise I rock a the Blue Lantern and the red. And you'll go out wearing it, and every now and
Open
then
read.
someone
Oh,
who
yeah.
reads that just
Open read.
first you see their face is like, I can't believe it, and then it's like,
Yeah.
Hey, friend.
I fucks with this. Yeah.
So I feel like nerdom is now emerging into pop culture with the Childish Gambinos and the Jordan Peeles of the world. Like, how do you guys feel about
But don't
that
forget
culture?
Pharrell paved the way.
No, what it is we all the kids are grown now.
Yeah.
And we the ones make it all. They the ones make it all the money, make it all the hot shit. So it's known that's what it's gonna be. Like when everybody else want to be cool and like, no, I'm not doing that shit. I'm not looking into this. The nerds were the ones learning how to work programs, making music, drawing, being creative, and now we the ones that's driving all the things that y'all say wasn't cool. And that's
So
the
are you
funniest-
offended by that, or do you feel
Oh,
like
no,
the representation is important?
Oh yeah, we're still getting there. We're not quite there yet. We're not fully represented.
I mean, yeah, I agree with that. There's still a lot more to go, but that's personal. Like, I guess some people feel much more ownership of cultures and things. I can't speak for them, but in my experience, it was just like was said earlier. Like, I just love seeing some of the shit that I would have never bet money would be made into, like, TV or film. For better or worse, whether it's trash or not, it still blows my mind. Like, damn, I can't believe I can sit down in this theater and see this shit.
Yeah, I think.
Right.
But I think honestly, I think it's here, and I think it's not like I think it's mainly here because the top grossing movies, the most watched TV shows, it's all driven by the shit that they thought was uncool when we was younger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody watches. Do you like? I remember my grandmother telling me, "Boy, put them books down, or do something else." But at the same time, my grandmother now, she know what Captain America is.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
And she asking you.
Yeah, my wife like yo, she dared me to go see a Marvel movie without her.
Wow.
And when we met, she didn't watch none of that shit. Our first date was to go see Iron Man 3. No, I'm sorry, Iron Man 2. That was our first date. And since then, I wish the fuck I would go to a Marvel movie without her ass.
You hear the gun cock.
It's an immediate issue. It's an immediate issue. Like when Deadpool came out on Valentine's Day, guess where the fuck I was at?
Watching Deadpool.
She was like, yo, we gonna do you want to see Deadpool?
I was the same way.
All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I said. Like I feel like it's here because people that before would laugh and joke and say they don't. What the fuck is that shit? They know who these people are. They know all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it tripped me out because now, even just sitting in the house talking to my wife, she may say something to me about. No, what did she say to me about? She asked me something about the second Harley, and I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, so you've been doing research and looking at shit outside of me, and that's why I'm like, that's the shit. I'm like, yo, see, this is the shit I'm talking about. She's like, yeah, I love all this shit. I love all this shit. I like this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, for Christmas, she got 2 pictures commissioned for me. She got me a Joker joint made and a Batman joint.
I saw that shit was fire.
She got me a Joker picture, the Joaquin Phoenix joint. I'm like, this,
this
shit is
not even out yet.
Yo, when I seen that shit, I'm like, we
lit. Oh, bitch, we lit.
I love this bitch. I love it with all my heart. I love it with all my heart. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like it was great to see, like, yo, she take an interest, and I'm like, cause this shit is dope. So all y'all think this shit ain't cool, and like, man, fuck y'all.
Yeah, I actually got.
It's our world now, bitches.
FMA Brotherhood.
Really?
Yes, and that's my top. That's actually my top favorite. I would actually be between that and Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh man, you said Yu Yu Hakusho. Spirit Shotgun.
Oh my god,
yo, and I was so happy. I was so happy to see One Punch Man when it was on fucking Netflix.
Yo, that shit is so epic.
Yeah.
The writers from One Punch Man, can you hurry the fuck up?
It's fucking amazing.
That
like,
show is so funny, it don't make no damn sense. It's so fucking amazing. And then
I went on Hulu and I'm like, My Hero Academia. What?
My shit.
Yes.
My shit.
Touch and smash.
And like I said, when you go into these pages, Hulu, Netflix, all that kind of stuff, and they got sections for that stuff now, that means you motherfuckers have lost.
Yep.
It's all about us. And we running all this shit. Y'all ain't got sections. Y'all ain't fucking get that shit. We running this shit. All the anime, you know what I'm saying, that is still, it's not even translated. It's still in Japanese and Chinese and Mandarin. Yes, bitch. Read them subtitles. And motherfuckers still watching that shit.
I actually watch all animes in Japanese, just to be authentic.
So you
just to be authentic. She a purist. She's a purist. Yeah, she's a purist.
Good.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm the connoisseur.
Got a biggie up and shit like I'm a purist.
That's what
I don't do dubs.
No, Naruto. I'm like, I'm sorry.
I don't do dubs.
Excuse me.
No dubs.
And they're like, Kakashi. I'm like, I'm sorry. What? No, they said Kakashi. I'm like, who? I'm sorry. I know Kakashi, but I'm pretty sure you watched the American version. So
right.
Now I'm like an anime snob.
Right. See?
It's amazing, man. It really is. Like, if I can get into the, they have a lot more, or to me, they have better romantic stories and stuff. When it comes down,
I don't watch no romantic stories of anime.
When
everybody die.
When you think, well, not everybody don't die. That's only on Attack on Titan.
No, a lot of people do die.
Naruto
anime,
people died.
But but you know what?
Other than the
Yo, don't get me started on Naruto, yo, because that shit made me cry. Rest in peace to Neji. Rest in peace to Jiraiya.
Too soon.
Yeah, rest in peace to them niggas. I had a full flash breakdown.
A wild thing about nerddom, and it really comes out when you go to a con, is how many subsections to it is it.
Yeah.
Because even as a nerd, you can't vibe with everyone because there's so many different types.
Yeah.
Like you got the manga nerds. Yeah. You got the American comic nerds.
Yeah.
You got the video game nerds. You got the Dance Revolution nerds.
Oh,
yeah.
Them niggas is in shape.
They just come in wearing straight gym clothes.
Yeah.
They got to. They balls gotta be able to move in them steps.
And also, I'm gonna tell y'all something too out here in these streets. If you roll up on one of these cons and you see these dudes dressed as Scorpion, Sub-Zero, anybody like that, yeah, I'm saying, what's that, Bloodshot or somebody that's in shape and they really in shape, fuck with them if you want to. I guarantee you, they not only, you know what I'm saying, reading these books, They is trained fighters.
They definitely.
They is MMA dudes. And women, they will bust your ass in these streets.
The Last Dragon was their favorite movie. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm telling you, they will bust your ass. Play with them. Run up and get done up. Go ahead.
Run up and get done up.
Say some slick shit to him and see if you'll catch a whole roundhouse to your jaw. I promise you will.
Run up and get
I'm telling you. Play with him if you want to. Do not do it.
No. I actually, at Otakon, I actually seen a really dope Mortal Kombat. Like, that shit was so fucking hard. Like, and even the guy who played Sub-Zero, like, he looked fucking amazing. He had the glass eyes and shit.
You saw, you know, Chris Homeboy, Demetrius.
Yeah, not Demetrius. He was a good Sub-Zero, but that's not the one I saw.
Oh.
It was some white guy.
Okay.
That nigga was hard as fuck. And it was a guy that was...
That sounded wild crazy. That nigga, it was a white guy.
Nope.
It still sounded wild crazy. It was funny.
That guy. And it was somebody who was Radon, who was also a white guy. Yeah. Raiden. Yeah, I said Radon.
Radon, that's a gas.
That's definitely a chemical. I'm glad you passed chemistry. Thank you, Dedrick. The God of Lightning, he was really, really dope as well. Like, he had the crazy eyes and stuff. Like, I know these people are paying so much money for these costumes.
Yeah.
And sometimes
cosplay
they're like,
is not cheap.
almost a year out, people are already lined up getting materials together. And
it's people that cosplay is a full-blown living for them. That's what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a couple chicks I follow on Instagram. There's one, it's a black chick. I keep forgetting her name. But her cosplays be nuts. And she is in shape. That's her job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She spends all her time in fitness and cosplay. And people pay money just to come up and take pictures with her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my wife in this cosplay hair game so we can get some of this bread, though. So if somebody can plug me in with some of them, you know what I'm saying? We can get this popping.
Hit my DM. We'll figure it out.
You did. We need to get this bread.
Absolutely. So how do you think we can move the needle some more for black nerds? Because I think there's a cultural difference between being a nerd of another race and being a black nerd.
I think a part of it is, especially as blacks in America, we understand, or at least most of us, you don't really get the option. Again, you don't get the option of being black. You have to claim it, because if you don't, you're already going to pay the negative cost, because no one else cares. They look at you, they're going to label you as black. So it's like, well, I might as well be black and step up to it. But I found a lot of people who aren't black Americans, they don't do that. And they say, well, I don't see what the problem is. I'm just me. And they're fine being their own island. And that's what a lot of the other nerddom is. Like, you'll see backgrounds of all types, but no one really wants to claim anything. But us, it's like, again, we don't have a choice. So I think a part of it would be, I don't know, maybe getting more black representation in media and games and whatnot, and letting people see, I'm claiming this culture. I'm claiming this identity. That's not a negative thing. It's positive for everybody. Stop making me Mr. Popo in every damn product that comes out.
You feel me? That's the wildest racist shit. I like.
I just started watching Dragon Ball Z. It is so racist.
I was like, wow. I'm gonna keep watching this, but I ain't saying this shit.
I see where this goes, but this is definitely racist.
But you don't see Mr. Popo no more. They was like, oh, we gotta get him the fuck out of here. This is not gonna go well at a while.
Yeah, that shit was definitely crazy.
Where's Popo?
Once Dragon Ball
at the what's his name? Kami left.
Yeah. Once Kami left, Popo was the fuck out of here. But once Dragon Ball really got mainstream here in the United States, like, yo,
Thanos,
this shit is not gonna fly.
It was Thanos. He got snapped on.
You feel me?
Right.
Popo's guns dust, baby.
He did get slapped.
Yeah, he was like, you gotta get him the fuck. He had the big lips, and I'm like,
yeah, he got he was literally the color of black. Like,
he looked like a whole fucking minstrel cartoon.
He was 000.
Yeah, he was definitely a minstrel cartoon. Like, it was really offensive.
Like, he crossed out so many racial stereotypes. Like,
yeah,
he was black. He had the turban on. It was fucking nuts. I was like, they just went ethnic crazy on this dude. Yeah, I was like, oh,
big lips.
Everybody should be offended by this one.
And they were red. He had big red lips.
Yeah,
it was,
man.
Yeah, I encourage people, if you don't know who Popo is, just literally Google him from Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, Google
and you will be
Popo.
offended.
Google Mr. Popo. No, matter of fact, don't Google that, because y'all might start some bullshit, and I ain't got no more Dragon Ball.
Popo Spotify spike 20%.
Right, they don't be big man.
Yeah, we don't want that.
We don't want that. We don't want that negative press.
So D, how do you feel like we can move the needle for black nerds?
I think if more people just came out and be who the fuck they are.
Yeah.
And just not be afraid to show what they like and what they into.
Yeah.
I mean, moving the needle for, I feel like our culture's like already been moving the needle for so much other stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't really think it's up to us now. I think it's more so up to the people that still like in the closet with their fandom and they nerd them.
Mm-hmm.
Just be who you are, yo. You know what I'm saying? I feel like at this point in time in the world, it's more accepting to a lot of shit than anything else.
Yeah.
Because even like just with the gay and LGBTQ, I think. Stuff,
Yes.
it's races and now would be the time to come out with your bullshit. I mean, not your
Yeah.
bullshit, but the stuff you like.
Yeah.
You like something? Hey, yeah, fuck with, unless you R. Kelly and like kids, but other than that,
Wait,
that's you want to keep that shit to yourself.
Yeah, no.
Or go
You
jump
need to
off a
seek
bridge
help.
or something. You know what I'm saying?
Seek help before you touch somebody.
Go dive in an empty
Go
pool.
see somebody before you reach out and touch.
Go dive head first in the empty pool. That's what you need to do.
Eric, how do you feel?
I mean, I think you said it first. I mean, really, I don't think you can really push the needle any further than where it's at right now, other than just get a girlfriend and sit her down and let her know what it is.
Oh, is that shots to me?
No, I'm not going to say towards you. But when you think about it, I mean, when you think about it, you know, it then comes down to the woman. You know, when they broadcast a lot of things, especially when they come to men. What we do it for? We do it for the women. So, because in that sense, they, you know, broadcast it a lot more and stuff like that. So I feel as though, you know, just, you know, come here, baby, sit down. I got a show for you. You know?
Yeah.
It wasn't that simple, trust me.
I just know, but you have to keep doing it. Consistency is key.
You gotta make like a bet. Like Jordan, I think we made a bet on like a purse.
Yeah.
And literally he was like, I'll buy you one of your expensive bags. If you do not like this show, I will buy you an expensive purse. And that got me sizzling in my spirit. So
You ain't just lie to get the purse.
Huh?
You ain't just lie to get the
She
purse.
couldn't lie.
No,
my lineup was too crucial, man.
No. The very first show I ever watched
I can just look at
was
just film it and just play it back. Oh, you not happy? You not digging this?
No.
Okay.
See, I'm a sucker for good creativity. I'm a sucker for good writing. I'm a sucker for a good show. And as much as I want to be a label whore and get nice things, I'm not phony enough to lie and say that I don't enjoy something that's good.
Shit, I don't lie. They got a person like, yo, I did like that shit. I bullshit.
You would.
But see, I still got the purse anyway. So
I think she still got the purse.
I still got the purse.
Nigga was happy.
Yeah, I think I got the purse because I enjoyed the show. So it kind of worked out
It was a win-win for you then. Yeah, it was a...
But I think the very first anime that I ever watched was Danganronpa, which broke my heart because it was a very great show. It was like a Clue type of show for people who don't know who that is, and it was like a high school. You find out who the
with, like Hunger Games, or Battle Royale,
Battle Royale, Hunger Games type of thing. So I really enjoyed the show, and Jordan literally had a whole fucking lineup of anime for me to watch, and because literally. When we were in college together, people don't know that me and Jordan went to college together. We were not dating at the time. We were just friends. I used to make fun of this nigga. When I'm like, you're too old to be watching cartoons, yo.
That's the first one.
And I used to ask
he's
him,
dropping dick off.
yeah, pretty much. But I used to always ask like, how are you getting bitches, yo? Like, how are you actually getting pussy watching cartoons? Like, my mind could not fathom that he was getting ass watching anime and fucking Tsunami and Cartoon Network at 2 a.m. My brain cannot fucking fathom that like this nigga really getting cheeks and these niggas watching cartoons. Like I could not. And now literally almost 10 years later, I'm like, oh nigga, put the Hero Academia on.
Yeah.
Or, you know,
Now see, like, you give them cheeks. You want some of these cheeks before or after?
Put Boruto on or something. But it's crazy because literally I think for females,
you are my friend.
for especially being a black woman, I would definitely say like you think that the person that you're with is very immature for watching something that you think is so trivial, but you'll be so surprised. So I will say for all my females, particularly black women, because we're like, nigga, you watch cartoons, you grow the fuck up and go outside and sell drugs or trap or something, like get a job. But even with video games.
Horrible direction just now, but don't do any of that.
No, don't do that. But I'm just saying that I think some black women equate men to video games and
as being
anime
childish,
as being immature and childish and not handling responsibility, and that's really not the case. And so I actually broke up with dudes who play video games too much, and now dealing with someone who wants to be a video game programmer person, I had to take a step back and say, like, I gotta understand what his logic is. So it's not that, oh, he's a child, but when you think of like the technical aspect of it, I'm like, yo, this shit is really dope because you have to draw, you have to understand music, film scoring, understand math, how to make this shit. Like, to create all of these things is really almost fucking genius. To, like, literally, if you think of any type of cartoon, it takes 1,001 drawings just to make that one animation move from left to right.
And programming and all that.
Yeah, like, that shit is, it blows my mind. So I think...
And you still got to create a story for that.
Look at this nigga basking his genius. He cold games and shit. He's just
exactly. Wallace over here being super humble, but he definitely is a video game designer.
yes, please.
I listen to the people. I'm not going to shine on nobody. Y'all have a conversation.
But see, that's what I'm saying. They don't understand that shit. And, like, yo, these games, people put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and thought into storylines. And what's going to happen next? No, we're not going to do that. Creating characters has got to be the illest shit in the world. Because you literally creating a whole world. You're a writer. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. This wasn't just here. This not just fucking shit that's sitting around. No. That came out of somebody's mind and their heart. And they done sat down here and made all this shit dope as fuck for you to go on a mission and a journey and escape from your everyday bullshit. I play these games and shoot motherfuckers so I don't blow your motherfucking head in real life. In real life.
Don't go the other way around. You don't play it and say, oh, I'm going to kill some shit up. Right?
Yeah, no. I'm doing this so I ain't got to do this shit in real life.
But my thing is, I've realized, taking a step back and not being a selfish woman, the same way I like to shop or be out with my friends and go out to eat, that's his version of relaxation. So I have to respect whatever brings him peace into his life. And so like I said, like, I used to break up with guys who used to play video games all the time. I thought it was a disgusting habit, almost as like doing coke or something. But now it's like, I understand your logic of winding down. This is how I find peace of mind and find some way to get away from stuff while I'm out living my best life at restaurant week or something like that. So I understand the parallels now, but it takes a mature and open-minded person to really grasp that. And I think, to me, honestly, is really sad, because if you were just a man that works 9 to 5 and had like a very regular vanilla life, a lot of women wouldn't say anything. But anything that taps into the imagination or creativity or anything that involves thought, people are like, oh, you need to grow the fuck up. And to me, I think that any person who has an imagination as an adult is going to be a successful person. Wallace is a clear example of that.
See, the also thing is, I feel like they look at it like, if it's not making any money, why the fuck are you doing it? You know what I'm saying?
And you'll be surprised.
Like, the dope thing that my wife, like, she used to get on me all the time about playing, why you always playing that goddamn game? And then, but now she realized it's just like an escape for me. Yeah. And the wind up, and like the illest shit happened last week, matter of fact, that made me feel good, that made me laugh too. I'm sitting there playing the game, I'm in the foot of the bed, I'm playing Call of Duty. And it was a dude camping. He was in the cut, and I came around the corner. Got him. And hit this motherfucker with the war machine. Oh shit. You know what I'm saying? And blew the fuck up. And in the background, I hear her ass, camping ass bitch. I was like, yeah, nigga, we lit. Yo, she said that shit. I was like, yo, I fucking love you. I'm about to drop some dick off in a minute. I'm play this game. Yo, that shit was so lit to me. Yo, I felt so proud. You know what I'm saying? You get that single tear. You was like, yo, my God. She was like, when she said that shit, like, camping ass bitch, I was like, I love this nigga right here. That shit was ill to me because I didn't realize she had really started paying attention to the game. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, yeah, these motherfuckers, that's some bullshit. Oh, always camping and all that. But I'm like, and then I got up to go get it. She asked me to get her some Nutella one, the same weekend. Can you give me some Nutella? I'm like, fuck, all right. So I get up and go get her Nutella. I come back. This motherfucker got the sticks in her hand.
Damn.
She can't play for shit, but she had the sticks in her hand. She was trying.
That's how I am with
that first
Mario Kart.
Nothing like it.
First
You tried it, shit, but you just want to go ahead and try it.
She's actually already Mario Kart.
Just because I like running people over and ruining people's lives on the road. And that's in real life and in fake life.
Jesus Christ. I wouldn't say that's vehicular homicide. I wouldn't go telling people that.
I didn't kill nobody.
So you happy with your blurred? Are you content? Do you recommend that every woman should have a blurred in them?
I don't know if you
Pun intended. Pun intended.
I think the narrative is starting to change. I think that women are no longer just looking at the hood niggas, right? Like, people want something more than a guy that can bash you upside your head and bend you over in Timberland boots. We want somebody who
with
can
a bunch of babies.
exactly, and be on welfare for the rest of your life. But have someone who has intelligence, be able to be quirky, and have some type of awkwardness. Because me and Jordan are literally the opposite of each other. Like, I'm extrovert, he's an introvert, and we kind of play off each other. But I think that more women, especially of color, don't knock these black men, because I think essentially black women automatically assume that when you're a blurred that you're a sellout
or weak
or soft or you only like white women or all these other things. And I mean, that might be the case if you only like white women. I don't know, but there are some men who that's just who they are, and you gotta learn to accept people for their quirkiness, for whatever awkwardness that they have. And if they like anime and playing video games, you gotta learn to accept it. And if that's not the type of shit you like, don't fuck with them. But don't get into someone's life and say, oh, I don't like the fact that you watch cartoons. Change that. And that's a part of somebody's legacy. Like, that's who they are as a person. If you don't personally like that, either you can be on board or you can step the fuck away. Those are your only two options. I don't appreciate women who come into people's lives and say, oh, you watch anime? Nah, nigga, we off that. Like, you gonna watch this, and this. Like, no. Like, accept them from who they are.
Is it safe to say that black women are a blurred source enemy right now?
No.
I don't think so.
I wouldn't say it.
I think some black women are just unaware. I think they're unaware to the culture, because even like me growing up, I was just like the popular bitch. Like, I was a snob and I was consumed in my own friends. And even those swish pants people that I call them, I never took the time out to really sit down with them and really get to know them as people. So when you are ignorant to other personalities, you draw up your own conclusions and create your own narrative. I think that if people would be more open-minded and have real conversations, you'll understand that it's a whole other life and world outside of everything that you know.
I mean, that's just been my experience. Has been my harshest demographic. I felt like the most backlash from black women, but I love my sisters. So
Yeah, but you know what? That's crazy. It's a lot of black women that are into this stuff too, though.
Me,
there's a ton of them, like, but you just don't know it because we do the same. A lot of time we do the same thing that they do. No, we look at them like, no, she's not gonna be into this shit. And you look past
you judge them too.
Yeah, we judge them too. So I mean, because there's been a lot of chicks I thought would never be into certain kind of shit, but then they might come over the house and see something like, oh yeah, I fuck with this, and they're like, yeah, I fuck with this line, and I'm like, oh okay. I'm like, oh, I prejudged her. So it's all about. I feel like what you really need to do is really stop judging a book by its cover. I mean, just be who you are and show people who you is. If they fuck with it, they fuck with it. If they don't, they don't. But don't try to change nobody and don't be what you're not.
What about you, Al? Do you feel that black women have treated you differently based off of who you are as a blurred?
That's a good question. I mean, I'm pretty upfront with mine. Like I said, I'm pretty bold about being whatever it is that I am. I don't know. I don't think so. Not that I could think of. Most people, from the cuff, they understand music, comics, games. And I've really also been really fortunate to find a circle of friends who are also on that same thing. So it's like, when you hang with me, you hang with my friends, and it's like, that's all we're going to talk about. That's all we know. I mean, and we still go out and do I don't know the word for it, but like normal people stuff. But when we go to chill, you know, it's like we gonna talk about some comic. We gonna play Smash. We gonna talk about some anime we saw on Netflix. And it's like either you're gonna struggle to keep up with us, or you're gonna be with it.
Yeah.
But I guess a lot of that comes with like life and experience too. Like at some point, like you said, you just gotta start being you. Like you can't be worried about everybody.
Do you feel the need to date someone who is a nerd or a blerd in order to understand the plight of who you are?
Me personally, no. I pretty much enjoy converting or tainting people who don't like it and then drawing them in. Because again, like there's something for everyone. They always say you'll never get me, and then it's like, see, I already know what to show you. I already know what to show you.
I've been making fun of niggas for like 20 years.
And I said don't change anyone, but deep down, I feel like there's something for everyone.
There's something for everyone.
Yeah.
Like you can get something out of it.
Like I don't have to change you, because once you start looking at this shit and you find those dope, like I don't have to change you. You're gonna change yourself.
It was already there.
Like, I'm not worried about changing. Come on in, bitch. Come on in. Come on.
What about you, Eric?
I mean, nah, I really didn't. As far as, you know, like, when I don't think they really shunned me or, you know, did that towards me. Because, like I said, I mean, I really didn't. As far as my inner blerd, as you want to call it, or as they want to say it, but that was more I kept to myself.
Yeah.
And it took a lot, you know. I don't think a lot, when I came to women, I don't think they really got that far with me and stuff. But now that they are, now I do, you know, the girl I'm with now, she, you know, I mean, I was lucky for her that she watched it. Actually, her mom's watched it. That's what put her on.
Oh, shit.
So, you know.
Old school.
You know, the future mom-in-law, she, you know, she put me on more stuff too now, myself. But I was lucky in that route. And so I didn't run into a lot of women like, you know, maybe when I pulled out the comic books, because I mean I am old, and then I'm usually on the bus and stuff like that, so I just whip it out, don't care, you know. And, oh, you know, what the hell? And then they walk away. Some of them I get a lot of, you know, hey, what's that? What issue is that? Or, you know, I get a lot more positive than it is negative.
Yeah.
And I'm actually grateful for it, because nowadays it's in now. It's in now. It's not like, you know, back then when it wasn't.
You just secretly,
you know,
do
I was,
stuff.
you know, I did stuff.
And also, it's like people that read, like if you really like to read and the stories, all kinds of fiction and all that, if they would just pick up a trade of a comic book, and sit there and read that. There's no way they could not be captivated by the story and the things that's going on. It is not children shit. It's not. It's not immature. It's not goofy enough.
No.
These are real ass subjects and real shit that's going on.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? You think? Read this and talk to me later.
And I think that's what people tend to forget a lot about when they come to even cartoons and stuff like that. They have the power to do and say everything that we got. Think about Family Guy. Now, if this was real people, do you know every single
It's been a fucking pedophile around on that fucking show, you know, for years, and we've been laughing at his ass like a motherfucker.
You know,
and chasing Chris, we're a little muscly arm boy. Like what?
The whole time.
You know,
Quagmire date raping like a motherfucker.
But see, cartoons. I don't think people really understand the origin of cartoons. Cartoons were created for political satire.
Yeah.
It was being able to express yourself in a way where you wouldn't get in trouble from the government. And so cartoons originally wasn't even made for kids. It was being able to tell a story without being penalized for expressing your freedom about what was going on in America, which is usually always fucked up. So I think gradually it became a thing with Disney and, you know, gravitating towards kids. But even with Disney, there's always some perverted shit or some underlining meaning that's for adults. Yeah. There's always some type of duality. Yeah, exactly. I took a psychology course, and we literally slowed down a lot of Disney movies. You see nipples. You see people kissing. You see a baby penis. Yeah. It's like, what in the?
They say it's a little it's a dick on a Little Mermaid cover.
Yeah,
like it's a dick on it.
But I mean, of course, to the naked eye,
That's a dick.
Yeah, I mean, to the naked eye, when you normally see it, you don't normally see it. But and then when you slow stuff down, it's like, that's a full penis. Yeah. That's a vagina. That's someone having sex. That's someone's
adult
areolas.
Themes like a motherfucker, but kids don't get that. That's here for the adult. Like,
you know, so for people who don't understand what cartoons are originally from, like, do your research, because cartoons were not originally made for kids. It just evolved into things being for children because of the coloration and the noise and stuff like that. They gravitated to that and things like that. But don't get it twisted. The shit was for grown ass fucking people to be able to express themselves in that manner. So for you guys, what advice would you give to up and coming blurs who's trying to like navigate the way into the culture?
Keep your confidence and just, do what you want to do. Don't let nobody sway you from that, because it's a really good thing, It's a really good thing. It's a really good thing to sit there and, and watch that. And, if that's what you want to do, then go ahead and do it. And do it with confidence. Mm-hmm. Don't let nobody sway you different. Like I said, because, let's say anything, really, you have to have confidence into it for somebody else to like it. Somebody else to like it. So, that's all I can really say about that.
If you're into it and you like it, there's a ton of other people that's into it too.
There's a ton of other people.
And don't just shut yourself out or think nobody else is into the same shit you into. Like, it's always gonna be it's gonna be a community out there for you. Just go to a con, look around, find a table with the stuff that you like, hang out for a little bit, look around, see who pops up, and maybe you can have a genuine human connection with somebody else, and y'all can discuss that. But it's always gonna be somebody. You ain't alone. People do fuck with you and mess with the same shit as you mess with. Just don't be afraid to be who you are, as I look at it.
And if it's hard for that person, just get out of your surroundings. Like, you think about it, when you go to Japan, this is normal for them. Like you said, this is normal.
And panties in the vending machine.
Yeah.
Okay.
What the fuck is that?
No, it's really a thing.
I know. They do a lot of weird shit in Japan. But goddamn it, I still want to go. I still want to go. I still want to go. That's one of my bucket list trips. I've got to make it.
Absolutely. Well, what about you?
I'm gonna quote my man Mike and say, have both. Do it all. If you like cartoons, watch cartoons. You like balling, play ball. You like music, play music. Do all this shit. You're not gonna live forever. I don't care how young you are. So get with it, and don't let anyone tell you what you can't do. Like it all. Do it all.
Yeah. The only thing I would say is that for parents, any guardians that have children who are into drawing and into programming, and don't steer them away from that, because one, they make a shit ton of fucking money, and two, I know so many guys that used to draw like Dragon Ball Z characters that were so amazing, and their mom or their dad told them, no, like, this is childish, don't do that. And I'm just saying this to the parents, like, believe in your kids, believe in the things that they want to do, because believe it or not, there's a whole industry out there, Silicon Valley, Canada, even Maryland, there's an industry for games. There's an industry for programming. There's an industry for design. There's an industry for all of this stuff. And don't
stifle their creativity.
Yeah, exactly. Don't bash them for having their God-given ability to be able to create.
Anybody with like a family, and you look around through everybody and you say, man, we don't have anyone who does X, or we don't have anyone who does Y, but one of your kids or whatever is into, like she was saying, drawing, or they want to make games, or they want to make music. That's how it happens. That's how you get that person in the blood. That's how you get that person to raise all y'all up. Like, just because you're not used to it or you don't know how to help them, don't be afraid. Just say, I don't know what to do. So my grandparents told me, my grandfather looked at me and was like, little nigga, I have no fucking clue how to help you make games. But we gonna go everywhere we can and do what we can until somebody tells me how to help you, period.
And invest.
Good parenting.
That's the best thing you can do.
Good parenting.
That's the best thing you do, because if you don't know, there's resources that will help you, and there's and networking with other people, they'll be able to help you. But I'm an advocate for believe in your kids, man, because just because they don't want to be the typical athlete, or they don't want to be the typical whatever, and it's different from everything that and you might think this is a white thing or an Asian thing, just know that it's everybody's damn thing, and you don't know what's going to happen outside of that. They might make one of the biggest games in the fucking world. Like, I'm pretty sure the people who created Fortnite didn't know how fucking poppin' Fortnite was going to be. They just believed in themselves enough to create a game, and it just worked. And now Fortnite is one of the biggest games in the fucking world, which is insane to me because I think it's trash. But I
yeah, I'm not a fan.
and not to hate on them, but you know, when you believe in yourself, you don't understand how people might gravitate to what the things that you actually believe in. So
don't forget, Pokemon Go was a whole craze for fucking years,
and it was helping people lose weight.
And adults was running around like,
yeah, that's
got one.
Yeah, it really is. Like, for instance, when my brother, he came into town with me this past summer, we was walking downtown. And he had his little Pokemon Go. He was out there searching for stuff. And me and my other homie, we was like, "What? You still playing that game?" Because I mean, I guess the wave went on. You know, it died down a little bit.
He was like, "No, I'm still out here."
Yeah, so you know, he's still searching around.
Gotta catch him all.
He's still searching.
Gotta catch him all.
Does it sync up with the Switch game that came out?
Yes, it does.
I think it does.
Yeah, I think it does.
I think it does.
Which is smart.
I think it does.
To get more people involved. I just like the fact that it helped people to fucking walk. Maybe not into like traffic or into a water fountain.
Yeah.
But definitely just being able.
I was never been a Pokemon.
I've never seen so many people become active. I wish that Pokemon Go would have just did something a little bit more creative instead of just dropping the ball on that. But I've never seen so many people outside walking, interacting with people, networking. Yeah. I think that was the first time I actually seen a game actually bring people the fuck outside. Because normally games keep you in the house, insulated, not talking to people. But people
museums, they took you everywhere.
to restaurants, and you literally had to network with people. So I thought it was really good for people who are super introverted.
That was the dope part about it.
To be introduced to how to maneuver through the city, how to make new friends, how to talk to people.
Yep, that's
so
true. Yeah.
I mean, I wish they would have kept the momentum going, but they definitely dropped the ball. But that summer was lit as fuck.
I think it's still going, to be honest. And like I was saying about the story where I was talking about my brother, he was walking downtown and we saw two other people that was right there. They was mean mugging us and everything. And we looking like, "What's up?" Because he came up to my brother. He was like, "Yo, what's up?" And that's when we looked at him like, we getting ready to scrap. He was like, "Yeah, did you find that Pikachu over there? Because I saw you looking." I'm like, "What the what's going on right now?" Like,
niggas better fight you for Pikachu.
Like, what part of Fire Zone guys walk into? Like,
like, you know,
right.
I'm on go.
He didn't look nothing like it. Like, you would have thought, you know, he looked like one of the rappers from 8 Mile.
Oh shit!
So you know, you really wouldn't have
just out here trying to catch Pikachu.
That's exactly.
They gonna fight you over Pikachu.
Oh yeah, that was a crazy summer.
A Quazy?
Yeah,
Quazy.
A Quazy. Wesley Wabbit. Quazy summer. A Wesley Wabbit. There's a dog in me.
Almost nothing. Not really.
Hell no, nigga.
Crazy.
Nothing escapes them baby ears, yo.
I got baby. I eat everything, motherfucker. Yo, Wesley Wabbit.
Oh my god.
Got roasted.
Was he trying to?
That was super crazy.
You know we gotta say that all 2019 now, right? All 19 coming crazy.
Oh, I keep a clip. Come on, let's go.
But I just want to thank each and every one of you for coming out and sharing your story about being a Blerd. Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it.
And I'm also proud of you, Reed. You know, you're evolved and you're not the stereotypical,
One time.
thing.
I try. Black women, watch anime. I don't know what your lineup would be. I think whoever you're dating should have a great lineup because Jordan definitely set me up in a good lineup. But just try it. I don't know if he's going to have to bargain you a purse or some penis or something that will be monumental for you to actually watch it.
Fair trade.
But I would definitely say give it a chance. If you're a person
you might like it.
If you're a person who's into like cinema and TV and film and things like that, like I would definitely say give anime a try, and definitely try like Mario Kart or Mortal Kombat because I be killing niggas either on the road or just in a fight.
My wife did fuck me up one day in Mortal Kombat. I ain't say that shit coming at all. I was shocked. This was some years ago. I ain't say that shit coming at all. Like she got that motherfucker, got Shiva and beat my fucking ass. I ain't see it coming. I'm like, I'm thinking I'm just gonna have some fun. You know, you playing around doing that fuck shit. Next thing you know, your ass is beat. Like, what the fuck?
I became the person who used to hate video games to the point where I'm like, yo, Mortal Kombat is coming out. Like, these games are coming out. Yeah. And Jordan's like, what? How the fuck do you know that? Bitch, I did my research.
Game light is gonna be lit. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Nigga, we going to GameStop at 11:59. We gonna wait in this line and we gonna cop this shit. So,
hell yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, strip gaming is fun.
Yeah, man.
Strip gaming is fun, round from round. Take something off.
Yeah.
And get them sticks out and get this stick out. That's how you tell.
That don't sound like a bad idea.
I mean, that doesn't sound horrible. But,
I got the joystick for real.
Disgusting in all forms. But for our S3 for this week, Anna has been with her boyfriend since she was in 11th grade, and she is 28 now. And she thinks it's time to explore her new life, and she wants to be single. So she wants to know, what is the best way to break up with her boyfriend?
There is no.
Just tell her at this point. Just
tell him the truth. He gonna cry.
If y'all still just dating, it's like just.
He ain't married you by now.
True. At this point, if y'all been together since 11th grade and y'all 28 now and he ain't married you by now,
that's on him.
You might as well go ahead and do your thing, shorty.
I just think that you should just tell your truth. But I also think that if you've been with someone for 11th grade, I think obviously you build some type of friendship with that person. And I just think that he's going to feel some kind of way, but I think he needs it too. I think to be with someone for that long, I don't know if you've been faithful or not, but I think you have to separate in order to try new things to see what you truly want. Because when you're with somebody as a child, as an adult, you change. Evolution happens in all forms. So you're not the same person you was when you're 16. You're damn sure the same person when you're 21. You're damn sure the same person as you are now. So I appreciate y'all staying together, but if y'all only staying together because of time's sake, y'all doing a disservice to both parties.
And at this point, you already done checked out.
Yeah.
You say you want to break up. You didn't check that already. So enough that he can say to you that's going to make you want to stay.
Yeah.
And you just going to hurt him more if you do stay and then wind up cheating on him.
Y'all
might as just go ahead and say, you know what?
The best way to do it, I mean, you don't have to be belligerent. You don't have to belittle him. Just literally express how you feel, how you've been feeling. Because I feel like you probably checked out 3 years ago. And just be honest about everything, how you feel, and just part ways.
If he's crazy, make sure your shit's packed before you say it.
You did.
And tell him at the mall. And have that clip on you.
If y'all live together, just have the police present.
Right.
And put a restraining order out just in case.
Depending
on if he's like that.
Know your personnel. You already know.
Absolutely. Always know your personnel. But, if y'all live together, just have a police present just to make sure you can get your stuff.
I wouldn't say police, but have somebody that's there, like...
Either that or my cousin, but
have somebody out front or something, like, it's and be like, hey, this ain't going nowhere.
I need somebody to be able to shoot a nigga, like, on the spot. If it's...
Deploy.
Right.
There's no way that he's getting blindsided with this information, I feel. Like...
I'm pretty sure he wouldn't get his dick sucked by somebody else too. So I'm pretty sure he was being.
He may really be still in love with her, but honestly, you definitely got some of the truth. You got to tell him about.
It has to happen because there's been that many.
You just gonna wind up cheating and come home with somebody else's dick.
And I think you should be thorough in how you feel. Don't just be like, nigga, it's over, and just like peace out on a nigga, because like, that's just real disrespectful since y'all have history. But I think, however you've been feeling for however long you've been feeling, I think you should definitely be able to express yourself and tell that truth.
How many years is that? Like over 10 years, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm
11th grade. How old are you? 17.
If you just wild out on him, be like, nah, fucking over. I'm not saying he should kill you, but I understand.
Yeah, I understand.
He might put you in a suitcase. He might put you in a suitcase.
When you've been together that long, from that age, y'all probably grew up together in ways you don't even understand, and that's why you need to have somebody there to protect you so you don't get hurt.
Yeah.
And two, if you're not completely sure, y'all should see a therapist and have them help untangle that shit. Because you might just say, I'm going to break up. And then you realize, I fucked up. I don't know how to be single.
Exactly.
So both of y'all probably already.
Neither one of y'all definitely know how to be single. Y'all
been together way too long.
Yeah.
Like, that's speaking from experience. Because, me and my first kids, we was together for about a good 8 years.
Jesus.
And then when we broke up, it was, you know, I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
It was a
right
culture
now.
shock.
Yeah.
You know, it was like,
Yeah.
you know, it takes a while. You know, you just gotta make sure y'all really separated and stuff. Have to be really separated.
Not fucking on Saturdays and Sundays.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Y'all really be separated.
No gray
You know,
areas.
That shit is hard.
it is.
You better go on
That shit is
Craigslist,
hard.
nigga, or Facebook or
Craigslist,
Instagram.
Jesus Christ. They still do that. They
I
still
thought they got rid of that section. Like, you can't.
Y'all still getting pussy out Craigslist?
Reddit.
Y'all niggas.
Oh yeah, Reddit.
Y'all
Reddit's the new wave for threesomes and good times.
Reddit?
Yeah, I know somebody who
Christ.
knows somebody who be doing some things, meeting some people on Reddit. So
Do something
You know,
strange
figure
for a
that-
little change.
I don't even know if it's no change. I think
They got
it's
rid of
just
the back page and motherfuckers got creative. They're like, we're going to do something around this motherfucker.
yeah, or something like that. But yeah, Anna, I hope that all works out for you. But like I said, just be honest with your feelings. Just don't be belligerent and rude and disrespectful. Like, just kind of, you know your personnel. You know how to talk to that person. Just express yourself
And
and,
if it's
let them
nothing
know.
that he did, just let him know and reassure him that it's nothing that he did. It's just
Please don't say it's not
Feelings-
me. It's
feelings that
not
you-
you. It's me.
Yeah.
no, I'm not saying that, but just let him know
You
that
something else.
feel like you want to do something else. Like,
Innovate.
Yeah, innovate.
We've been here.
We
too
tired of that
long.
line.
We know. Like, I want to know something else.
Yeah.
And it could be good for them. They might, you know, give them some time to separate and feel as though, I only want you. It can be like that,
Yeah, you don't want to have.
you know.
Though you don't want to stay in that relationship and then y'all wind up get married and then y'all just have all these questions. What if?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I noticed that a lot of people, me personally, who've gotten married at a young age, by the time they hit 30, 35,
Yeah.
they're cheating. Because they're like, I don't know what else is out there. I'm curious. I'm tempted. I see this sexy man with muscles. Give me sperm. Give me penis. Give me everything. Like, they don't know how to act. But then when
Okay, I mean,
I'm serious. That's literally
I'm still
what
waiting for
happened.
that pickup line. Like, give me sperm. Give me
Said
penis.
not one woman ever.
I
like,
need
damn.
more details.
that was honestly scared me. Give me sperm, give me penis.
Right.
I'm gonna give you the fuck out of here.
I'm gonna give you the fuck out of here.
You go that way. Where's my gun? This bitch is nuts. I'm uncomfortable, dog.
This is all the details you have.
That's all she said.
Man,
So
I'm more like, yo, if you love this man, stay with him, yo.
No.
Damn, voice of reason over here.
No, don't stay with. If you're
no,
not in that
your heart's not
relationship,
in it.
your heart's not there. Get the
I
fuck
was gonna say
out.
if she loves him, like if her heart,
You can love him, but if she's not in love with him no more,
She
get the
gotta
fuck
see-
out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
if she's not in love, but I'm like, she just seems like she's just like questioning for the sake of question because
But,
No,
but
she
the,
did-
but
she
the
been there.
thing is, curiosity kills the cat.
Exactly.
But my thing is,
You
if you haven't experienced something now, you're going to want to experience something later.
Yeah,
so I
most
think
people
it's
gonna get worse.
greater. It's great that she's mature enough to realize, in self-reflecting and saying that I need to be alone for a minute to navigate through this life, opposed to being with this guy and at 35 or 38 or 40, where she's like, I'm sucking all the dicks because I ain't had no dicks in 30
but that's
years.
not her agenda right now, or she really just want to be single.
She didn't say, but I just think she just wants to be single.
There's a difference.
Because exploration doesn't necessarily mean I want sex. Exploration just means I need to find self.
Yeah.
Because if you've been with somebody since you've been 16 years old,
You don't know what
you don't know who the
I was
fuck
gonna say,
you
there's no time
are.
for yourself.
No.
You know,
Because
so
it all could be a situation like if she does do this, they break up and separate. He might find somebody else that he like more than her.
exactly.
But she's also got to be willing enough to be like, look, you know what? I need to explore this. And that's what it
Right.
seems like she just need to explore this.
Yeah,
So when you love somebody, you gotta let them explore certain shit.
Yep.
yeah. Exploration is
Just
key.
know that-
Self-identity is key.
Know that you two are not going to find each other back again.
That's not true.
That's not true.
That's
not true.
You like I said, you might.
You
be
such a
that
pessimist,
slow.
nigga.
I
Like,
like-
that's not true.
Glass half empty ass.
My man said it and sat back in
I
his
agree with
chair.
all you guys saying, but you're not. It's like there's so many fish
But
in
you
the
know-
sea.
but you-
You're not.
hey,
You're going to find yourself. You're going to realize that, yeah, I am definitely not the same as when I was 16, and I finally know what I like, and this guy isn't it.
I mean, but if anything is meant to be, it will just be. Anything that's meant for you will manifest on its own, and it's up to you to make the decision that's what you want or not. So even if they break up and it's for the best and they end up just being good friends, who said that's not a fairy tale?
Fair enough. That's good.
Everyone's
Right.
fairy tale doesn't have to be like some sad story. Like
Yeah.
being apart might be the fairy tale, and finding somebody that truly loves you and makes you happy that might be your fairy tale, and then the person you were with when you were a child may be your best freaking friend in the entire world.
Yeah.
So who knows?
But your new boo ain't gonna feel that way.
I can't speak on that.
That's a whole other story. You right.
But Anna, do you, boo boo?
That's a whole episode. That's a whole episode.
So it's your best friend that
Don't
you've
be
been speaking with
afraid
for
to.
10 years? Okay.
Yeah, no, we ain't gonna talk about that. So for our words of wisdom this week, it is vision is the art of seeing what is invisible to others, and that is by Jonathan Smith. You know, people who have vision, who are creatives, and as we were just talking about that, people are not going to see what the fuck you see. People are not going to believe in the things that you believe in. But guess the fuck what? Who cares? Because that's something that's within you, and it's your responsibility, and you're supposed to do the due diligence to be the best version of whatever you want to be. If you want to be a writer, a singer, a dancer, fuck it, a stripper, a porn star, entrepreneur, whatever. You want to sell CDs from the back of your trunk. I don't care. If that is your vision and that's what you truly believe in, seek that. Don't seek validation and have blind people trying to see your vision. It's not going to happen. So in order to be successful, follow whatever vision, because that is your intuition telling you this is what you want to do. Follow suit in that. You know how many people that are successful, from Jeff Bezos to Walt Disney, shit, to damn Stan Lee, who said the things that you believe in is not going to work. You're not going to make it. You're not going to be successful. This doesn't make any sense. And those are all of the people who cannot see those visions. So just because no one else can see it does not mean that you need to stop what you're doing. That means you need to push harder, go harder, and if you can align with someone who can see your vision, that makes it even better. But if not, fuck them and keep it pushing. So all I have to say is believe in yourself, believe in your vision, don't stop, get it.
And smile, bitch.
I want to thank everyone for joining me this week. I appreciate every one of you and your stories so much. And this is Bitch Let's Talk.
Hey.
Hey.
Deuces.
Use that bathroom.